Step number 2 is to look for the features of fiction and non-fiction books. Make sure that one book that you have is a fiction book. A story that has made up characters and events. It may be a fairy tale, for example. Another book should be a non-fiction book. A book that tells, informs, teaches, and explains different things. Now, let's have a look at the features. The first one is glossary. A glossary is like a dictionary, which explains the key words from the text mean. Over here. Let's see if you can find glossary. Do you think it will be a part of a fiction or a non-fiction book? The next one is contents page. It is usually at the front of a book. It tells you what is in the book in order, listing the titles of chapters and sections. The table of contents makes it easier for the reader to find specific information that they're looking for. For example, I could find the information about life of a butterfly if I look here on page number 8. That's how you usually use this feature. The next one is facts. Facts tell us what actually happened or true information. They can be proven or tested. For example, here you could see a fun fact about emperor penguins is that they can stay underwater for 20 minutes. This is a fact, as this information comes from research and it can be tested. Another feature of fiction or non-fiction book can be photos or pictures throughout the text or story to show you what things look like. For example, here is a photo of a koala or pictures, illustrations in the storybook. The next one is captions. Captions are phrases, several words or sentences to explain what is shown or what's happening in a picture. Here is a caption of a hedgehog, and you can see caption is right below it. Another example of caption is here. Snake skins made of scales. And that's the picture. So that's the caption. There's a little sentence underneath the picture. Oh, I wonder if you could think about this feature, made up characters. Can they actually be in non-fiction books or are they in fiction books? Made up characters are characters, persons, animals, or creatures that the author, a person who writes stories, created, and they don't exist in real life. For example, this is Winnie the Witch and Wilbur. They are made-up characters. That means the witch doesn't exist and Wilbur is a made-up character as well. Another feature of a book is a setting. Setting is the time and place, or when and where of the story. So, for example, a story can happen underwater or in a forest. That's the setting story. Bold print. Bold print is using characters or letters that are thicker and more visible. Like two words bold print are actually in bold print, so you can see them better as they stand out to you and attract your attention. On this page over here, you can see that the word swim is in bold print, or fly, or walk, or hop. These are the ways that animals can move. Let's move on to the next feature, title. A title is the main heading of the text or a book, which tells you what it will be about. For example, the titles of these books are Panda and Cinderella. Easy, right? Finally, we've got the beginning, middle, and the end. Here, right at the beginning, you could see the star over here. So it happens at the very start. You could think about who the characters are, what the setting is, and you've got some keywords that you could use. First, at first, in the beginning, initially, to begin with, start with. The middle one, the middle part of the story, is actually what's happening to the characters in the middle of the story. If you remember the story mountain, that will be the top of the mountain. Is there a problem? Right, and here is some key language to use when you talk about the middle of the story, or some words that you can spot in your story to find the middle. Next, then, also, later, in the middle, additionally, or suddenly. Finally, at the end, if there was a problem, you can say how the characters solve the problem, or maybe they have changed and how they've changed and why. Right, so the key words to spot the ending of the story are last, finally, in conclusion, at the end, eventually, at last. Let's see if you can find these features in your nonfiction and fiction